G'day everyone, welcome back to another Fantasy and Supercoach review video on the channel. I'm going to be going over my teams from round 23. Second last round of the season for the teams that are struggling. Finally, but for the teams that are succeeding, best of luck. Hopefully you can push to your desired ranks. And of course the prelims for all the leagues did occur, so hopefully you lot were able to win those and get on top of your opponents. We'll start as always with Fantasy first up. And yeah, we're finishing off the season pretty well. Our rank has been poor this year. We're 17k, but we moved up about 2,000 spots, I'd say. Yeah, about 1,500 spots. It was a good round. 24.48 and another top 5,000 score for the week, so pretty content with that. I did win one of my league matchups, so pretty, yeah, obviously happy with that. But I did lose another one. I think it was the big footy one, so shame about that. But I was in the consolation finals anyway, so I wasn't really competing for the main prize. But anyways, through the team we go. The trades this week were pretty good. English, well, if you did watch the video last week, we were bringing him out regardless for Rowan Marshall, and then midweek it was announced he was actually going to be out with an ankle issue, I'm pretty sure. So we just felt Marshall, who's been in nuts form, goal kicking form too. I felt like he'd have a big game against the Cats, and we VC'd him, so good to see that. 131, and a lot of people would have captained Sherry, so yeah, again, to 9 point, bit of a 9 point swing there our way, so happy with that. We also brought in Tom Powell just for a bit of forward cover and a bit of stability there. But Sean Munner had a good game Saturday night, so we took his 83 and won that 5 point battle there with Powell going 78. But through the lines we go. So 𝐓𝐡𝐞 116 was electric. How about that second quarter? That was something special. He's a superstar, and you look at James Jordan shutting down him against the Swans the other week ago. That just shows the critical importance when playing Collingwood. You can't give this guy space because he can make the ball talk. He can really lift his side. He's a quality player, of course, 𝐓𝐡𝐞. Sheezel's out injured, so we did use Rivers as the emergency and start off the game well. He's been doing that a little bit when watching Melbourne. He starts well and then he just fades out a wee bit. I thought he'd have a big day out with the absence of Oliver, but it was the Jack Viney show, must be said. But yes, 86 is not the end of the world. Nick Martin, pretty gallant performance against the Swans. Kicked 30 plus and 3 goals, something like that. Yeah, it was. He kicked the first 2 and then he kicked the goal late. So yeah, that's a big score. He's had a fantasy-wise a pretty solid year. 106 average. Will he be around that 900k mark? Could look to start him next year. Sorry, he will have defender status. Tom Stewart's had a past fortnight's been a bit of a downward spiral. So he got a 76 and an 82. So yeah, just hasn't been accumulating as much as the footy, and the marks are a little bit low too. Which I think for a player like Stewart, those marks need to be pretty high, and the tackles too. But well, is what it is. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 only 73, but thought he was pretty neat with it today against the Dogs. Look, he's just a bit of an injury-riddled year. I think he's one you can definitely consider starting next season for the Roos. I think a lot of top players in fantasy would have tried out Hayden Young quite a while ago. Just his production has been really low in general the second half of the year, so that's been a drop-off. He's never really had much of the tog. I think he's more of a SuperCoach player because he's still one of the more damaging users in Fremantle's side. For the midfield now, 𝐼𝐻𝐿 𝐿 was, pretty solid. Had 4 goal assists. Thought he was really impactful by foot. And, not a huge game as some were expecting, but still pretty good. Zach Merritt, well contained by Jordan. I was considering putting the emergency on him and probably could have done it, but who was I going to do it to replace with him? To be fair, I could have brought on Powell and gained a bit of a points bonus there, but I didn't really have much of the cover, but Merritt well held. Dawson now, the midfielders were actually pretty good this week. Apart from Merritt, Dawson was humongous. Jack Steele, been in excellent form second half of the season, tackling well. He's moving across the ground well like he was back in the start of the year, so that's good sights to see for his own sake. Tom Green with the 122 as well. He's been in good form. He was excellent in the final quarter against the Lions the previous week, and it was damaging with ball in hand, I felt. Some of his contested work was really, really quality with their win over Fremantle. Connor Rozee, 109, happy with that. Strong, another low 90s odd score. I don't know if we start him next year in fantasy. Just lacking that ceiling, which is odd because at the start of the year he had a pretty solid ceiling. So his accumulations dropped off a wee bit. Look at this. So 22. 24. To be fair, he got 30, 33 here. But just not tackling and marking as much. Which at the start of the year, like, look at these marking numbers, a lot more higher. So, yeah. I think we look at some of these players and now question, do we start them next year, yes or no? Zach Butters, awesome game. 143, kicked the goal late 2, showdown medal. Just love watching this guy play. He can spread from contest to contest so well, but just like he can win the ball on the inside, but also use it so on the outside. I think you compare him to stars like, I don't know, Chad Warner, he's very good on the outside, but Butters is quality inside and out. And he's a very creative user too, so he's one of my more favourite players to watch in the comp. And yeah, we traded him in last week, so it's been a good trade in to finish off the year. And Sherry's been awesome the last 6 weeks since we've brought him in, roughly. That is 122. Just keeps on racking up those marks and tackles to get those big scores. And Rowan Marshall was, again, excellent with a 131. Good VC option there. Flanders, a 95. Start off pretty well, but fade out in that second half. Jai Caldwell with Merrick getting well held. He was always going to dominate. But geez, some of his disposal was shocking on Friday night. Dane Zorko with another solid score for a forward primo. Always take that. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐬𝐥𝐝, best on ground, I'd felt, in their win over Essendon for sure. Had a big second half. Kicked, I think, 2 or 3 goals in the end. And, had a stack of it. And Dylan Moore, outstanding. Oh, geez, he's been a quality player. I think he's a real red hot crack to make the All-Australian this year. And considering the 𝐓𝐡𝐞 fever he had at the start of the year, he's been a big part in, I think, Hawthorn's comeback this year. And, we talked Manners 83 and Powell with a 78. So, we'll just we'll loop between these two next week for the final round. And Phillip, who actually, he should hopefully be back. So we'll actually have 3 to loop here for the F6 spot. I think we can trust the rest of these 5 forwards to field right away. Okay, so, that's pretty much the team. So heading into the final round, we are in 1 grand final. So hopefully we can get on top of that. But, I honestly don't know what to do for trades. I actually yet to do them. I usually set them here before I record, but I don't know really what to do. I guess I could, really maybe move on Hayden Young for someone else. Like if we go defenders and throw an average, could be someone here. I mean, Whitfield's out of range. Dan Houston, he's going to be getting suspended for sure. Maybe we go Callum Wilkie. Who's he got? He's got the Blues. Yeah, I mean, if they play a high mark game, he'll get a lot of it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to think about it midweek. I mean, Roberts has been outstanding too. His last 6 weeks have been quality games. Might just leave it for now, to be fair. But that's what it's looking like for fantasy. Let's now move across to SuperCoach. Okay, across now to the SuperCoach review. And don't you love it when a pod goes off, has a big day out, 150 plus, and you're feeling like you're the only kid in the candy store, you're on top of the mountain. Oh, it's the bestest feeling in the world. Well, unfortunately, the polar opposite happened for me today. A lad by the name of Will Day. Geez, he's been on the wars his whole career with injuries. Went down with a shoulder issue. And I had him on field. So, you can see by the title of this video, it is not a glorious day. It's a pretty dark day indeed. Fielding Will Day. And he gets a 10. I think we're probably due for quite a bit of a carnage. I don't think we've actually copped an injury player on field this year, so you got to have a bit of luck. But that's obviously not ideal. All the best to him though in his recovery. Apparently it's not a broken collarbone, so that's good news to hear. But he looked in a world of hurt when he did go down. So that was a big reason why my week in SuperCoach is slightly ruined. We did go down 200 spots because of it. I felt 653rd overall still, so I think really we should be finishing in the top 1k. Surely we can't choke it. It'll be a pretty solid year finishing the top 1k for sure, but just a 23.46 for this week. We won one of our league games, so happy with that. We'll have a look at the rest of the team, but days are obviously a bit of a letdown. Going through the team, so we put the emergency on Marty Hoare, just thought why not, and he went 103, and I'm like, no way. So I'm going to take his score. I was like, who do I field instead? Do I go Houston or 𝐓𝐡𝐞? I decided to bench Houston just because Adelaide hard to score against for defenders, and at the same time I was like, no, maybe I should put Houston on field because he has a very good record against the Crows, but I felt 𝐓𝐶𝐞 could take the piss and just rack up the pill. That wasn't the case, and it wasn't the case either with Houston having a quiet game against the Crows. He was very good by foot. But a pretty a bit of a game to forget for Houston though. He did have that nasty bump on Isaac Rankin, and I think he'll be easily gone for at least 4 weeks. So Yeah, that's one premium short, and with Will Day going down, that's another premium short. So we're going to have to be fielding 𝐼𝐻𝐪 for this week to finish off the year. Hopefully he can crawl together another ton. That'd be handy for the final round. So yeah, a bit of carnage. And the more frustrating thing was when 𝐻𝐻 took that score, I wanted to move 𝐷𝐻𝐽 into the midfield and replace him with Will Day. However, Saad El-Hawi, he was already in lockout because Essendon played Friday night, so I just had to back in Will Day, and geez, that's a punch in the guts, getting a 10. I felt he'd go off against the Tigers too, because he's been quiet the last 2 weeks or so. Well, it is what it is, but I just felt like going with a fun pod, really, a few weeks ago, and thought Day was the answer, but had some nice scores, but just isn't to be. But yeah, 𝐲𝐿 was injured, so we took 𝐼𝐻𝐻�'s score. Didn't really watch much of this Melbourne game, but I mean, the reason why we brought him in, or started him at least in fantasy, for example, and brought him in, I'm pretty sure, back in round 2, is because when he used to play for Melbourne, before he did get, I think, delisted with injuries and all that, he had some big scores. So, yeah, it was nice to see him finally get a big one when we needed it, I guess, late in the year. McGovern just with a 92, but his last 3 weeks have been through the roof, so he's probably due for a bit of a quieter game. But yeah, the Eagles well beaten today by the Blues. Yeah, keeping their finals chances alive. Staying in the 8, so if they do beat the Saints, that does confirm their spot in the top 8. That's going to be good to see. Fremantle defenders, yeah, just didn't really rack up the ball. I thought a lot of the game, to be fair, was spent in the Dockers forward half, and I just think the Giants' pressure was excellent, so I didn't really allow the Dockers defence to really build it up. And Jordan Clark just had a really quiet game, and Luke Ryan wasn't able to influence with a high amount of disposal either. So, yeah, having both of those Dockers defenders, you're going to have a bit of a bad week. You know, Bailey Dale and Nick Martin, for example, that's about he went 130, so that's a 70-point difference right there. So that's what can happen sometimes in SuperCoach. You own primos that go sometimes 80, 70, 60 points worse than another primo in comparison. Nick Daicos, excellent, 116, huge second quarter. Could have had 3 goals, but he missed that one. But yeah, just a special talent. And yeah, 114 average this year. He's had a really solid year, and hey, here's a chance to win the coaches' votes and definitely in the Brownlow running. 𝐷𝐻𝐿 are really neat with it, 97, so content with that, even though he only had 73 in fantasy. So yeah, it was really efficient, and yeah, he's going to be a quality player for sure in the future. We put the C on Bont, and hooray! We won that one, I guess, because we VC'd Flanders and got 3 points more, so I don't know, I'll take it, I guess. But Butters was humongous. Well done if you put the VC on him. Yeah, just a 3-star, 5-star performance, I should say, sorry, against Adelaide. Just crunching in there, winning contested ball, but just damaging on the outside too. And geez, that game had plenty of it. It was flopping for a few frees here and there, but no, you just got to love his competitive nature, Zach Butters. Tom Green, as we said in the fantasy segment, excellent in the contested game. Zach Merritt was tagged, so yeah, it is what it is. Just had to cop that 74 on the chin. Strong with another ton, so yeah, he's just been doing the job really. Tons here and there, but nothing through the roof. Sam Walsh with a 98, so yeah, this has just been Sam Walsh really throughout the second half of the year. Not really any humongous scores, just getting the ton, similar to Sarong really. Dawson, happy with that. Bloody hell, it's been a while since we've seen a Dawson humongous score, 143. Yeah, really, really effective by foot, I felt, and he just had a stack of it really. He was taking those contested marks, intercepting well. I think he kicked a goal too. No, sorry, he did miss that shot. I was just thinking at the top of my head. But yeah, big score, content with that. And yeah, Will Day's definitely the sour lolly in the mouth for this week, going with a 10. Yeah, obviously all the best with him in his recovery. But yeah, geez, he's been in the wars. He's had soft tissue issues, and then he came out, had a breakout season, won the best and fairest, and another injury interrupted season this year. Came in late, and now he's back out. So yeah, he'll miss next week, but still a chance for the finals if the Hawks do make it, and they probably should make it, given they do have North Melbourne next week. Ruckman, not great considering Marshall and Sherry went off. Scorn just to the 97, and Grundy, yeah, geez, he's just looking tired out there. I thought he was honestly beaten around the ruck contest a wee bit by Draper and Nick Bryan. So does he get rested? That could be on the cards. Hopefully not, because I need him out there for the final round. But yeah, he's been a bit of a down. Yeah, probably since the bye. He's slowly, gone down a little bit with his output. So yeah, probably not one to start next year. For the forwards, Sam Flanders, 120. Yeah, pretty good. Looked pretty efficient out there. Kicked a goal early on, but yeah, it's just doesn't have the ceiling, I don't think. So I think we'll learn our lessons and probably not VC Flanders in the near future at least. Dane Zorko, 108, happy with that as always. Geez, imagine if you started this guy. I got on him really early. It took a while for a lot of players to get on him, probably till the midpoint of the year or just before the buys. So, yeah, he's played every single game this year. So I think he could probably win the Lions Best and Fairest. He's had an outstanding season. Could make the All-Australian too. 𝐼𝐴𝐸 𝐞𝐬's back-to-back excellent games. I think he should be getting the 3 votes here. Efficient, and yeah, he's now starting to damage a little bit forward to centre, which is, yeah, big for Sydney too. Dylan Moore, 3 vote performance, outstanding today against the Tigers, 139. Love to see it. Yeah, just a really good quality player to watch, and was able to snag home 2 goals as well. Caldwell's disposal really let him down, so yeah, he got plenty of contested ball, but yeah, geez, the clangers galore. That kick to 𝐸𝐸, oh god, even I cringe as a Sydney supporter. So he could have gotten a lot more, but yeah, he's still been a very good trade, and we got him in just at the right time, just after his bye. And Luke Jackson, yeah, 84, but man, I wish this was ranking, but to be fair, I wish it, well, actually, he did get concussed, unfortunately, so I just wish he didn't get suspended. Isaac reckon he would have gone on that really good run of games before he did get suspended against the Crows, and I wouldn't have had to bring in this guy. But yeah, just an 84, it is what it is. We'll take it, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much the team for the rounds. Yeah, so Houston's out. We're going to have to field Hoare. Oh, God, maybe 𝐓𝐡𝐞. Wait, does 𝐓𝐡𝐞 even come back? We're going to have to move Daicos into the midfield and cover Day. Oh, God, hopefully 𝐓𝐡𝐞's back this week. They were pretty, apparently they're pretty confident that he's returning this week for the final game, so surely. Otherwise, we're going to have to be joining the rest of the gang and fielding a donut like a lot of people are, unfortunately. And we're going to have to just trust Marty Hoare. Who's he got? He's got the first game against the Pies. Okay. All right, well, yeah, not going to look like it's going to be a strong finish for the remainder of the year, but hopefully we can still squeeze into the top 100. Was 650th overall, so surely we can't go down that many spots. Let's have a quick look at the leagues before we end things up for this video. And yeah, we've dropped we stayed at second for our SuperCoach League. Let's have a look who's on top. Fun picks only. Harrison, 568th overall. Having a look at him, 25.95. That's a big score for this week for sure. 1,091st, the round 23 rank. So well done to him. Captain Bont. Yo was good. Humphreys, how about him? He was huge in the first half. He had like 90 points and slowed down a little bit. Forward line exact same as mine. Ruck same as mine. But yeah, his pods went well still. I should have just kept him instead of going with bloody Sarong. Oh dear. Well, those sliding doors moments kill you sometimes. Oh, Noah Anderson as well. That's nice to see. Davies Uniacke turned up. Yeah, good defence line here too. Not really many spud scores. And yeah, clever. He put the E on Clark. That's good to see from Fun Picks Only. And for the points scored, who got the highest this week? It was Fun Picks Only in the end with 25.95. And a quick look now at my fantasy league before we finish things up. 𝐸𝐸𝐺 been leading my league pretty much the whole year. He's 831st overall. He got a 23.37. So yeah, that's a huge down week considering I even also got more. So hopefully he can stay in the top 1K. That's still a very good sight to see should 𝐸𝐸𝐺 do it. But yeah, just low numbers from the mids. Walsh, Merritt, Sarong, Goulden, Clark let him down. Luke Ryan let him down too. But Marshall and Sherry, good ruckman to own, of course. Caldwell, big. Yeah, forward line was good, but yeah, just didn't really get many of those big scores, like, for example, I had Jack Steele and etc. So, yeah, that's probably what let him down. Hopefully he can stay in the top 1K and do the Rolls Makarami Brown. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did go on to enjoy. Just one round left, so hopefully you lot can win your grand finals coming up this week if you are still competing. And, yeah, let me know what your trades are going to be for the final round. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. See you later, fellas.